My thing is our safety. Like, if we enforce body cams, dash cams, video, audio, it'll be better with our safety, not only ours, but BPD as well. Also, we do, as me being old, used to be homeless, you know, I did get harassed by BPD constantly, numerous, and they're supposed to be here to protect and serve, but yet, instead of doing what they were supposed to, when they could have took different solutions and what they did to a good friend of mine, Michael, they could have talked him down, they could have did anything, but instead they chose to fire and kill an innocent man, a father. Who's to say who their next person's gonna be? I mean, it's not only just for the homeless community, it's for everybody that's been shot by BPD. It's their duty to protect and serve, but killing an individual is not protecting and serving. It's just, in reality, it's murder, regardless how you look at the situation. There's a bunch of us in here tonight that are hurt from every single individual that was shot and killed. It's not just a homeless community, it's not about an individual or anything, it's about everybody's family hurting, and BPD can take bigger standards in classes or something to better learn how to communicate with us. You know, like I said, I've been homeless off and on, and heard the harassment's just gonna keep getting worse. And like someone said earlier, how many bodies is it gonna take before you guys do something to protect us, or anybody in that matter? It's taken a toll on everybody in here that has lost someone, and I feel that we should have justice. Some of the officers that were involved in these shootings were involved in other shootings, not just this one. There's one of them that was involved in 3 different shootings in the past 3 years. I've done my research on it, I've been keeping up to date on everything, and I feel that something needs to be done. And that's it. Thank you. Promise.
My name is Promise King. I'm the president of the League of Minority Voters. We come at this appointed hour to lay claim to our lives. We come from every corner of this great city, from families, from every race, every religion, from every background. We come to lay claim to the life that's been lost. Our claim is not unreasonable because, Madam Mayor, when we look back to the incidents that has occurred in our families, we look to those who we elected to preside over our city. During the campaign, I remember I asked vividly, will you represent all of Vancouver? And I had a resounding yes, promise. We come tonight at this appointed hour to lay claim to a system that's left us bewildered, befuddled, scared, worried, in search of our life, in search of friends. We are scared because the sacredness of our human life and the sanctity of our human dignity is being assaulted. We have no quarrel. I can speak for my community. We have no quarrel with the police systems because somebody hired them. We mourn the loss of any life, including that of police. We mourn every life. But what we have not heard and seen, Madam Mayor, is the appreciation of the brown and black lives. We are before a watching world. How this city responds to this matter. Because the city of Vancouver is changing. And how we respond matters to our future, It matters to our economic development. It matters to our city as a beacon of hope. It matters to our grandfather, our grandmother. It matters to our unity. So, it is one thing to call angry and bitter. Bitterness and anger can't bring back those who we've lost in our communities. But there's something you can do. You can set aside the newspaper reports about law and order. We ain't not worried about law and order. Law and order will always find its cause. But what we're worried about is whether justice will find its utterance. We come here tonight. I have had so many phone calls in my office. And I said, okay, we promise, can you come at least tell the city hall that we're in pain, our families are dying. We have no one else to look up to. I tell them, wait a minute, I have confidence in the mayor and those we have elected to take position, and no position to say bad is a cop who defends us. No, that's not what we're talking about. There are simple issues, simple solutions you can take. That you've heard tonight, those who are more eloquent than I am, our demand for genuine police reforms. Like anybody else, we like to live long. Like anybody else, we like to send our kids out and hope that they come back safe and alive. Like anybody else, we want to maintain the dignity and the sacredness of our human life. But Madam Mayor, we're in somewhere. Liberty and freedom for all. We don't feel that right now. So I want you to, at least as someone we've elected, we're not saying hate the cop, but we are saying that when there is no justice, there is no peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King. Pam Hunter, Robert West, and Deborah Gottlieb. Pam?
Thank you. My name is Pamela Hunter, and I'm here tonight on behalf of my brother, Carlos Hunter. My sister, Nakia Hunter, is here also, and we're representing my father, Henry Hunter. We're seeking justice for Carlos Hunter. He was my brother, a father, a son, uncle, cousin, and known widely throughout the community as a protector. We understand that the local news and print media have released information about Carlos Hunter that did not capture the life and spirit and the friendships that Carlos had throughout his life. I came here today to let you know that our family wants only one thing, that's justice for Carlos.
Don't do that.
We are thankful for the community who have shown up tonight to ensure this and other issues and causes that will help us to get the Vancouver Police Department to show humanity and transparency. That's something that I believe our family deserves. We ask that there be an independent investigation into the third and most recent shooting death in Clark County, Washington, Carlos Hunter. We ask that the dehumanization of our brother not be tolerated, that our local city council will do everything in their capacity to see that there is help and support in getting an outside investigation from a neutral body outside of Southwest Washington, including Camas Police Department. This investigation should be inclusive of all 4 shootings, including the latest, my brother, my friend, my protector, my supporter, Carlos Hunter. Thank you.
Thank you. Robert?
Yes, my name is Robert, and there's some stuff I wanted to bring up. First of all, 3, 4, 6 shootings in a short period of time is ridiculous and should not be tolerated. Okay, it's obvious that these police are not trained properly. Okay, and I hear a lot about how dangerous the police jobs are. More trash collectors, more taxi cab drivers, more people that work at your 7-Elevens get killed than police officers. Police around this country kill more than 10 people for every one of theirs that die. And most of the officers that die in domestic violence. The second biggest death of officers is traffic accidents. Traffic accidents isn't a violent crime. Someone's driving down the street, you don't see an officer, bam. You know, police in this country, and their politicians, has used tactics such as asset forfeitures, traffic violations, to basically extort the public of their money. Okay? Homeless are getting targeted, they're getting their tents cut up and stuff like that. That's not acceptable. If I went to your guys' house and tore your roof off your house, you'd be pretty mad. Okay? The cops, looks like to me, the cops over here are just like the ones in Portland. And I'll tell you, most of the cops in this country, in fact, all of them, belong to the biggest gang there is. Okay, if a Crip came up and took some money from someone, you would say that's extortion. But if a cop writes a ticket and the person doesn't get a jury trial, or the person forgets about the court date and doesn't show up, and the court just, okay, we'll make the fine, if he doesn't pay it, we'll take the person's license. Okay? And any other thing other than it being a police officer, that would be extortion and theft and robbery. But yet, due to their police officers, they're supposed to be trusted above everything else. Okay? First of all, they're well trained with their weapons. Okay? Most of the people out there are not as trained as the police with their weapons. So you guys say that police are held to a higher standard. Well, let's see this higher standard that you're talking about. Because I don't see the higher standard. A higher standard means, hey, I'm trained. Is there another way that I can deal with this besides killing someone? In Britain, police use the Aspetons and shields to disarm people every day. My understanding, there was a teenager that was shot with a knife. And city council, you ought to be ashamed of yourself to have police killing your children because someone has a knife. That is totally ridiculous. That is shameful. You should have your chief resign over that. You should fire that cop.
Please summarize, Mr. West.
These cops in Vancouver are not going to protect you or anyone else. They're protecting their jobs. They're a gang. Just like the Crips, just like the Bloods, just like the Southsiders. They're a gang. That's what I have to say.
Deborah Moffett?
Hello, I'm grateful for the time that I get to speak to you. You know how I feel about you and Ty. Lori, I just wanted to say that welcome, and I'm glad you're here too. What I wanted to talk about was I was brought up by a Jewish mother and father, and they taught me to love everybody, and so of course that means everybody anyway. But that's not exactly what I wanted to talk about. The other day, I was sleeping in the afternoon, and I was awakened by the police department entering my home, broke through the window, because my younger sister called them and said I wasn't okay. and I do have some issues, but it was ridiculous. But that police officer was this short of being rude. Scared the hell out of me to be, sorry, get up, you shouldn't be sleeping, get up. I said, okay, how did you get in the house? Oh, we came through the window. They were concerned for my safety. When they saw me, they could see there was absolutely nothing wrong except I was sleeping. And then they got upset because I had a dog cage and the dog was in there while I was sleeping. And she told me she couldn't take the dog away. And I said, you can't take the dog away because she's my safety zone. I thought, I guess not, she didn't bark when the police officers were there at all. But then I also want to talk to you about two incidences that I had with the police department who unfortunately arrested me. And I have a bad shoulder. I asked for them not to put the handcuffs on. I wasn't being violent. And it's procedure. Well, I've heard that a lot lately through listening to these people. It's procedure. What's the procedure for mental illness of people? Don't they have any rights? Or do you immediately handcuff them without asking any questions to find out why they're upset? They did not. They just broke me, they didn't drag me, but because I was at that point willing to go. I want to know, are you guys gonna add mental illness training to your police department? I know you can't answer that now, but I hope you vote on that. I hope you think about it. Mental illness people are getting bamboozled. Handicapped people are getting bamboozled by these police departments. Your people you have out here were very nice. I mean, they said you have to go to the other room. I said I am handicapped. I need to come sit down with a hearing thing because my wonderful dog ate my hearing aids. But seriously, they had no answers for me because your room is not big enough for a big group. And this was a hot issue, obviously. People are dying and for no reason at all. Here's another question I have for you. When a police officer takes their gun out of their holster, that means they're prepared to shoot and kill, I believe. Why do they have to immediately take their gun out of their holsters? If nobody's doing anything to them personally, though of course as all as they have to say, I feared for my life and that's why I did what I did. And they get off, but I don't know if I'm making sense or not, but I just really feel that you as a group for the Vancouver Police Department can get them educated because they're not sure. I know they go to school. I know they have to go to some school, and if I watch television enough and I hear enough, I'm hearing, well, yes, we go, but we're taught to be rough and tough and be big and bad.
All right.
Not right.
Thank you.
They don't have to be that way.
Thank you. Tim Emineth.
I just wish I could give enough love to the people out here that it's family members that you guys, not you personally, obviously, but
Thank you, Deborah.
you're not getting them educated, and I hope you do.
Okay, thank you. Tim Emineth, I believe